We're on the Spains Hall estate releasing more beavers into 2 new enclosures as part of a natural flood management project, building on work we've been doing since 2019. So beavers are amazing creatures. They alter the environment around them to suit themselves, and that's really beneficial for them, but it also benefits us. Spains Hall estate sits upstream of the village of Finchingfield. We've historically been a farming estate, and the land has been drained to move the water off the land so we can grow crops. But in doing so, that means that all that water then ends up in the centre of Finchingfield and adds to the flood risk for those historic properties. So we're lucky enough to have a really wide range of public and private support for this. So we've got Anglian Water, we've got the Environment Agency who've been with us from the very beginning, Essex and Suffolk Water and Essex County Council, all of whom have come together to help us deliver this really unusual project.
So for Anglian Water, this project is a great example of partnership working. It also fulfils our purpose to bring environmental and social prosperity to our region.
For a number of years, the Environment Agency has been increasing a focus on working with natural processes. When the landowner Archie here approached us and said he wanted to do something different with beavers, we just thought this is just an amazing opportunity. The beavers here, certainly in the pilot site, managed to work on a really small watercourse and yet build an amazing mosaic of wetland habitat.
So they build dams, they dig burrows, they dig canals, they fell trees, they coppice, they garden, they create wetlands that loads of other things live in.
And not only is that good in its own right, it can actually hold up water in periods of dry weather to release that slowly downstream, and also it can slow the flow of water after heavy rainfall events, which would stop a village such as Finchingfield downstream from flooding as deeply or as often.
So today we're here to witness the exciting culmination of a project that has been in the making for several years. The release of 2 new beavers which are going to populate a much larger enclosure covering 100 acres.
They will release 1 beaver at a time, and if our last beaver enclosure is anything to go by, this will be a permanent wetland area throughout the year.
It's clear to see that they are far better at wetland design and creation than any human could hope to be. It has a benefit for water resources, the local water quality, and ensuring that the flow from climate change and increased rainfall is managed more appropriately.
Get River Positive is our commitment to work with others to improve the river environment. So this project fulfills that promise in 2 ways. The first is creating a new rich habitat and bringing native species back to the east of England. But secondly, it also improves river water quality. So it's a really great example of how we're doing that, but has the additional benefit of protecting a local community from flooding too.
It's really important for local communities to be engaged in this. It helps them to understand how flooding works off local land and how it can affect them as residents and their community.
To be able to take all of the learning and all of the data from that small pilot site and then upscale it as we have and bring in so many other great partners to really realise our ambition was fantastic.
Through what the beavers are doing, we hope to slow the flow, clean it and create a really amazing biodiversity resource.